So as I mentioned, to tighten that little unit on the jack there so that she's in up mode, so it means you're going to jack up, you need something to turn it with. Now I'm just going to show you, since I went to get what I need to do that, I've come across 3 other tools that I thought maybe I would point out to you as well, because they're somewhat favorites and somewhat very handy. So we've got, they got 3 different types of, you could call them, they're in the plier family, but they all have a different name. Here we have what's known as needle nose pliers, right there, this guy here. This is also an offset needle nose pliers, because normally needle nose pliers will be, they'll be straight out, they won't have that curve on them like that. This one has a curve, so that makes it good for getting into places. And they call them needle nose for obvious reasons, you know, very pointy on the end. Very easy to get into small, tight areas. This one here, the blue one in the middle there, that's known as channel locks. And let me use 2 hands here, I don't need to, so let's use 2 hands. Known as channel locks, and they're adjustable. They have, sometimes I wonder if a man needs 3 hands, guys, or maybe 4, but they're adjustable. They can be made to open up for various different sizes. This is a maximum jaw. You know, I can open that right up and get a pretty good grip on something big. That gets pretty useless though when you get too big. Then you can move it down for smaller sizes as well. It's become a favorite tool of mine. I really like these. These are very handy. And then of course we have your channel locks, they call them, because they will clip onto something and lock. And after they've locked into place, you want to take them off, you squeeze this tab here, and then it'll unlock them. And they can be adjusted. Right here, this tab, you turn this left or right. Right closes it, left opens it up. Gives you a different diameter in here in your jaw when you close it, so that you can get onto bigger stuff or smaller stuff, whatever you want. So that's very handy. So I have an option here. I could use this to tighten that thing on the jack, but I'm going to use this guy right here. It's probably more than adequate. So I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. I know it's not that great. Trouble light's great for working on the car, but it's a little difficult to use as a camera, for the camera that way. But as I said, this guy here needs to be tightened. It's not hard to do. Take your pliers, set it the right size so you can get a grip on that. Turn that clockwise. And what this does is tightens down, plugs the orifice in there so that when I actuate that handle on the jack, that's it, it doesn't have to be super tight. I actuate that handle, the jack will actually start to lift the vehicle. I don't know if I can get down far enough to show you that, but we'll give it a try. So, like I said, I have to have a specific jack, have it on a specific jack point. And the jack point being that rusty spot right there. We're lined up pretty good, so we just give that handle a go, and as you can see, that piece comes up in there. And if I lined it up right, it's going to land right on the frame. Now this is on wheels, because when this jack goes up, when that piece goes up, the jack's going to want to roll. So this doesn't work so well in sand or gravel. It's better on a cement floor like this. So I can just keep jacking that handle up and down, and that will lift my car right up off the ground on this corner. So just so you can see the jack action here, it's not really that difficult. Basically up, down. Okay, you can see my wheels start to come clear. Now guys, if I were doing this on an unlevel surface where the car could potentially roll, which is where you run into a lot of jack hazards, I would have something behind the wheel, front and back, on at least one of the wheels, so the car can't roll forward and the car can't roll backward. Even if the car is in gear and it's a manual, or even if it's in park and it's an automatic, there's still a potential for something to happen. So it's better to chalk, what they call chalk wheels. Throw something in the front, throw something in the back. Block of wood, 2x4, short piece of 2x4, good sized rock, anything. But I want a flat, very flat surface, and the car is not going to roll. I know that. Nevertheless, I really should put something behind the wheels. I'm not crawling under the car. I'm going to be completely out from any danger in terms of being under the car. I'm not going under the car, so I'm not going to chalk the wheels. So I'm going to jack her up here a little further. I'm going to grab my jack stand and show you what that looks like, and then place it. Now, of course, as this vehicle comes up off the floor, it gets a little heavier. As you can see, that jack, maybe you can't see, I'm not sure. That jack is actually rolling forward. It wants to roll. That's why it's got the 4 wheels on it. It's got to roll. You might be able to see that. Now, I wouldn't want this car to come off the jack right now, but if it did, it wouldn't be catastrophic. Okay? Now, the thing is, what was I going to say? Okay, I'll keep jacking that up. The car's going to keep lifting up. The jack's going to keep rolling forward. I'm almost high enough anyway. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to go get the jack stand I was telling you about. Show you what that looks like and how that works.